Hello, tubers. This is Kurt with Edibles and Exotics coming to you from sunny Mesa, Arizona. And I'm going to do a little update video right now on the Medjool date palm pups that we cleaved off and potted up. I think it's been a little over a month. Believe it or not, both are doing good. So we pick one up here. This is the little one that was in a little 6-inch grow bag. And these guys have been in full shade underneath this banana and orange tree here. And as you can see, it's doing excellent. I don't know if it rooted out. I assume it did because being how long it's been in here, if it didn't have roots, it would probably be all dry on the top and dead. I don't want to disturb it. I'm handling it as little as possible, but it's putting out new leaves and it's looking good. So these guys, like I said, they've been in full shade and I have them in grow bags and I only water them with my hose. So I got the little sprinkler end, shower end, and I just give them a little spritz. I don't soak them wet, and basically like maybe once or twice a week I'm watering them depending on how dry they feel. I usually pick the bags up, and if it feels like there's no water in there at all, then I'll water them. But if it has any sort of weight to it, I just leave them be. So like I said, this one's doing good. Then this is the bigger one, and if you remember, when I was hacking this guy off, the top portion here completely snapped off, and it was sunk down about a ½ inch. Well, everything pushed back out and it's starting to get little baby leaves on it. So I would assume this guy is also rooting out. Like I said, I don't want to unpot these things and disturb them because I'd probably kill them doing that. But again, this is being treated the exact same way as the other one. I just watered these today, so they're a little wet. Part of the bag is dry, but what I've been told is you don't want to water these guys too much because they will rot. But if you remember when I potted these up, I slathered on some fresh aloe vera. And like I said in the other video, it's supposed to be an antiviral and antibacterial. So my main goal behind that was not as a rooting hormone, which I'm not sure. There's mixed things on whether it works or not. But I've been using it on all my air layers instead of rooting hormone, just so I don't get any sort of rot. And because the weather's getting colder out right now at night. I think it's going down into like the low 60s, upper 50s at night. So having damp peat moss strapped around a branch, you know, in those colder temperatures, that's a recipe for disaster. So I've been using the aloe vera on all my air layers, and I've had excellent luck so far. I am not going to do any more pup removal on my date palm probably until maybe February. Date palms, they do grow all winter, albeit slow, but they actually do push out some new growth. I've trimmed pups, like the leaves right off the pups or fronds or whatever you want to call them, midwinter, and you know, within a month they're already pushing out new growth, even though it's cold and nighttime temperatures are cold. But if you guys plan on cleaving off some pups, like I said in the last video I did, the actual cleaving of the pups off the palm tree, it's best to have a little bit of a growing season after you cleave them off. I mean, you could probably cleave them off and bring them inside and put them under some grow lights or something like that and be okay with it. But as far as here in Arizona, outdoors in the winter, it's probably not a good idea. It's going to be very tricky because they're not sucking up so much moisture out of the pots. They have a tendency to stay soggy at the bottom and start to rot. Indoors, it probably wouldn't be as big of an issue if you cleaved them off, potted them inside, because it's usually so dry inside our houses here in Arizona in the winter that the pots will dry out pretty quick. So as you can see, I used grow bags I use grow bags for just about everything, except for like seedlings and stuff. But yeah, I use grow bags on these, and the good thing about the grow bags is they allow any excess moisture to just either evaporate out or drain out. So if you want to give it a try, I'd recommend using grow bags versus a pot. A pot is very hard to tell If you have a pup in a pot this big, the dirt, halfway down can be bone dry, but at the bottom it could still be pretty muddy and wet, depending on the potting soil you use. So yeah, I'd recommend grow bags. I mean, this is how I did it, my channel, my method. So, get yourself some sort of masonry chisel. Like I said in the first video, this is what I used. It's a Harbor Freight one. I think it was 3 inches by 11. Like I said, I wish it was longer. What I actually plan on doing is getting some steel pipe that's solid and getting a piece of sheet metal for the bottom, cutting it out, welding it together, and then sharpening the tip so I could have a longer one. I was thinking about making those and possibly selling them at my retail spot and online. So if you guys are interested in this and you want me to make you one, let me know. I'll try to figure out what the materials are going to cost and my time to do it, and I'll price it accordingly. I'm not going to rip you guys off or charge you something crazy. But if you guys have experience with potting up palm tree pups, comment down below and let me know, whatever you guys think, if you have an easier way of doing it. But I think this way worked pretty damn good for me. And I think if you guys give it a try, it'll probably work for you too. So when it comes to palm trees, if you grow a palm tree from seed, it's supposedly not true to type, okay? My Medjool date palm that I featured in the last video, and these pups are from, it came from a Medjool date palm fruit that I got from Sprouts. I got a whole bin of them, grew it, and I mean, they're identical to what you'd buy in the store. So there's really not much of a difference. The problem with growing from seed, though, is you got, from what I understand, a 50-50 shot of getting either a male or a female tree. So if you have the space and you want to do it, go ahead and grow, a whole bunch of them. Pick out the 2 or the 4 best ones and plant them in the yard. And, in 5 or 6 years, the female trees, if you treat them right, they will start to fruit. And if you have male and female in the yard, you wind up with a mixture, or at least one male. You could use that to fertilize your female trees, and you'll actually get more fruit that way. An unfertilized date palm, it's usually not going to put out very big fruit, not a lot of fruit, and they're usually seedless, which is kind of weird. But I was talking to George's buddy that actually has like a date palm farm in his yard, and he grows the dates, harvests them, he grows pups and sells them. And he was saying with my tree, there's no male date palms anywhere around, but I do have the pygmy date palm that's planted right across from it, and that's a male palm tree, and it puts out pollen the same time as my Medjool date puts out the female flowers. And he was saying, yes, the pygmy date palm will pollinate a Medjool date palm or a honey date or whatever kind of edible date palm you have. So that's good to know. What a lot of people do when they're farming dates, like at date farms, if you go down to date land in southern Arizona, like on the way to Yuma, I think that's on the what is that, Interstate 8. What they do is, when the female flower starts to emerge, it's kind of wrapped in a little shroud. They take the male flowers, they clip them off the male tree, they stick them in with that female flower stalk that's coming out, and they just wrap it with a little bit of string and some material to hold the pollen in there and pollinate all the flowers. And from what I understand, that pollen, if it doesn't get too hot, and it's wrapped and protected from the sun, that pollen can last for about a week. So that's how they pollinate these female stalks and get these huge amounts of dates. So you can look around on YouTube. There's tons of videos. Like I said, a lot of these videos on dates are usually in some sort of Middle Eastern country, Arabic writing, all squiggly and everything. A lot of them don't have subtitles. Some of them don't have any talking, which is good. And they just show you how to do things. So, or if you speak Arabic, that's kind of cool. You know exactly what they're saying. But anyway, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. I'm going to try to do some more updates. I'm going to go through my list of videos. I know there's a lot of stuff I got to do updates on that I haven't. Been really busy setting up the plant nursery retail spot over at the Mesa Marketplace swap meet, and it's really kicking my ass. So I'm gonna do a little update video on that too this week. Let you guys know what I'm doing, what I got going on, and just how much work it's been. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, guys. Tell all your friends, and I will do another update on these date palm pups in the summer. I may actually bring them down to my retail spot, and because it is a greenhouse, and it'll keep them a little warmer throughout the winter. But till the next video, guys, keep growing.